Yo, behind me is an 8-bed HMO. And here's a HMO hack for you if you like the large HMOs where you don't need planning permission. So we've stripped this thing out all the way back. It's going to have a loft conversion, all kinds of stuff in it as well. But for now, I'm going to take you through the construction phase and where we're at right now. We've done some of our first fix stud, some first fix electrics and plumbing, but really this is all about getting the layout configured, getting it optimized so that we can get an 8-bed HMO out of this. Now, why don't we need planning permission? Well, because we bought this as 2 separate flats and we love these kind of properties. This whole street is just built of separate flats. So they're terraces, but they were built with a lower ground floor flat and an upper flat. And they've got huge pitches on them, so you can go into the loft as well. Precedent on this street, there's quite a few others who've converted their lofts already. So what we do is we keep the titles separate. You don't have to do this, but if you keep the titles separate, so you've got a leasehold, which owns a freehold on the bottom, and then a leasehold above on 999-year leases. If you keep them separate, then technically you're not falling into a sui generis use class because you're not merging a large HMO out of one property, one self-contained unit. So we've got a 3-bed on the ground floor and a 5-bed above. Therefore, we're not into that 7-bed sui generis bracket and we don't need to get planning. Now, it's a preference thing here. It just so happens that on this project, it made sense to do it this way. You can knock them together and then make it a large HMO, and that can be better on your back end when it comes to refinancing it because it can be treated as a definite commercial valuation, but you can still get a commercial value attributed to these. It's just a slightly more limiting lender market. But all in all, you're getting the same product. You're still getting an 8-bed HMO out of it. So I'm going to walk you through how we've done it, but this conversion is PD rights, so you don't need the planning, and that's the big point. That's the big hack. So we can just get in and crack on straight away, convert the 3-bed, convert the 5-bed. Another benefit as well is if you wanted to sell off one of these units one day, you can do. Whereas if it's one big property, you can't do that. So quite a few different benefits. It's a different kind of strategy, but why not do it? Why not diversify? So have a look in here. We stripped this thing out, and then we've dropped in new suspended ceilings in here for some of our waste runs, and then we've got back-to-back ensuite. So we've got an ensuite here and an off-suite there for another one. But you can see a large room in here, because the other benefit of these flats, when they're double flats, is that they're built with that extra girth on the side to allow for the passageway and stairs up to the upper flat. So you've got about a metre there to work with, and a metre you can sink an ensuite into, or a whole kitchen row. Like, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with that extra square footage. So huge benefit. You just get these better rooms for it. So we've not only got a big room here, we've sunk 2 ensuites into it as well. This ensuite is obviously serviced that way. You've got suspended floors we can run our waste under. And then in here, we'll have the lounge and kitchen area, because it was out the back there before, and this was left as a lounge, but we wanted to get 3 rooms out of it. So instead, that's the bedroom, off-suite over there, kitchen diner in here. They pulled the breast out as well, all the way through the property to give us a nice flat wall to work with for our kitchen. And then you get another bedroom in here. This is already a good size, and we can stick the ensuite in the back. You have a shower tray, sink with your hot and colds, and you have a toilet there. Window, and then the only thing we have to do differently in here is to change that window to a door so that it's still got access to the backyard for bins and things like that. But that's how you get a 3-bed out of this one. Pretty straightforward, and a lot of these double flat terraces come like this, but most people don't realise that there is a space here to get another bedroom out of if you pull the kitchen diner into this area and stick your bedroom that side. And because it's a ground floor, you can escape through the kitchen or through your window, the escape window, so you don't have to worry about your fire exits in that sense because it's the ground floor. Slightly different if you're upstairs, and we'll show you what we've done to get around that. But upstairs we got a 5-bed. Let's have a look. So up here into the upper flat, so what you could do if you wanted to do this as a large HMO, just punch a hole in there and then you've got your large HMO, and you can always do that in the future as well. If you wanted to just turn it into an 8-bed, well, that's all you're doing. And obviously you've got to make sure it's compliant and get your planning permission, but we do it all compliant anyway, and it's basically done as a large HMO because it'll be 3 stories. So all of our fire provisions, our acoustic provisions are all in here. So if we wanted to turn it into a large HMO one day, we're just cutting a big hole out of there. We'll have to do a bit of tinkering with some stuff, but the option's still there. Then up here, we've had to fully gut out the loft. So you see what we've done? Everything's come out, the whole ceiling's come out, and there was a lot of shit up there. It turned out that pigeons were getting in there for years. You can see where the slip tiles are, and that's how they've got in. Yeah, here we are, the load of waste pipes, load of other bits and bobs on site, but now all of that's out, and we've pulled out all the remnants of the loft, and then the chimney breast coming out over there. What we'll do, you can see where these trusses currently sit on the brickwork. We can drop those down about 2.5 foot, 3 foot nearly. And then we'll drop in a new floor, so we're gaining that extra head height, where otherwise you'd have the eave space under the purlings. So it gives you a lot more room up there, then we can get 2 rooms up there. Now with the stairs, you have to get a bit quirky. There's multiple ways you can do it. We could turn up around the existing stairs, but potentially lose a bedroom or lose some living room space. We could run them through this way, which was our initial plan, and then up into the loft, so you're staying nice and central and not losing bedroom space up there. Or we've gone with a different idea this time. So we've done quite a few of these kind of conversions before, where we're turning flats around. And what we're gonna do is have our stairs start here, and our stairs will then run up to the middle where the spinal wall is, and then turn in so it's nice and central on top of that spinal wall, and then you have both bedrooms feeding off either side. And we may not even need to do a dormer on this one, just to save cost. Would prefer doing a dormer to make it nice and large, but we're yet to be decided. But we shouldn't need to, because once you drop that down, you can see where it'll come to about there, give you about 2-3 head height, potentially 2-4 head height, whole new floor in, and you have loads of headspace there. So adding the dormer is a nice to have. It's going to give them more space in there, but then you're spending another 5-7 grand to do so. So we'll have a look at that. But other than that, we'll have a bedroom back there, which is going to eat into this larger room. So the old wall was here, but we've taken that out because this was a little box room. There was a storage cupboard in there as well. Taking all that out, and this wall will come over here. They have a little bit of a kink in it. Kink out at an angle, so we're not dealing with any like harsh lines. Kink out a bit of an angle, and then run along about here, so gaining another 2 foot of space. So that wall will then come up to here and then kick back into here. And then suddenly this bedroom gets a lot bigger. So you've got a good bedroom there with an off-suite over that way. Another good sized bedroom in here with an ensuite in there. 2 good sized bedrooms, 1 with an ensuite. The off-suite for this one is gonna go here, boxed in. So that will run along here like that and then turn into there. And that goes back to back with the other bedroom in there to keep all of our waste centralised. And the ensuite for this one goes in here, which mirrors the downstairs. So they can the waste can just fall into each other. And then this is a bedroom as well. So then you get 3 bedrooms here, 2 bedrooms above, and then the kitchen diner will be like this. You've got to imagine that ensuite's in there and the stairs are floating up that way. We'll then have a sofa underneath with a TV on the wall, some bar stools as well. So you'll have a lounge sort of area in here, and then a large kitchen in here. That was the old bathroom and this was the kitchen. It was tiny and shit. So we've taken all of that out and the kitchen will wrap round here. No problemo. And then they've got their exit down there to the rear yard for bin access and stuff like that. And that is how you take these kind of properties. You really do need to gut them out to get these lofts done nicely. But there's a lot of space to play with, and you don't need the planning permission. Getting an 8-bed HMO in total. Sure, you may be restricting yourself a little bit on the commercial valuation on the back end, but you don't have to wait for planning or risk getting the planning. So it's speed and turn around that capital. And it depends, you know, maybe there is some merit in knocking it all together as one large HMO, but we are in South Shields at the moment, and this council's a ball ache to deal with. They've delayed us on so many projects. It took 18 months to get planning on one of our larger schemes, 27 units, and that was just a nightmare. They just took ages to respond to anything. So we'd rather just bypass needing to go through the council at all and just do it this way under permitted development rights. But anyway, that's this project, 8-bed HMO. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Drop me some comments as well for future kind of videos or stuff you want to see. And if you are an investor and you want to join us on projects like this or bigger projects in the commercials residential stuff, then we'd be interested to work with you in all kinds of ways, whether you want to give us short-term loans or you want to joint venture on projects or you want a hands-off turnkey solution for your HMOs, then let us know. info@bowpartners.co.uk. Hit us up on the website. Thanks for watching the video.